Right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the halftime show. Dallas down 7-13 to the Arizona Cardinals as they drive down on the last possession of the half and get an extra 3 points. But, Jesse, this game is going kind of how I figured it'd be, competitive in a way is what I meant. A very, very competitive game early. Cowboys offense has its struggles, but then they finally score. Cowboys defense making it tough on Arizona, but they get some points out of it. Flat out, I just think right now it's a really, really good game. But kind of your overall thoughts of what's happening here in the first half, Jesse.
I think we were kind of still a little bit hungover from what the Cowboys did last week against the Washington football team, and was expecting this offense and defense to come out in this game and really be explosive, really see that, you know, they came out and used the fastball offense earlier in the game, and you thought maybe that would result in some early points and being able to score the football early in this game. But it's been a back-and-forth football game. I mean, when you look at it, they're still within a puncher's chance of this, this game. They're down 6 points. This is the football game. And we knew that this was, despite Arizona losing the last 5 games in a row, this is still a good football team. This team still has good players all across the board, mainly starting with their quarterback. But, we talked about it, off air, but Vance Joseph defensively, he's decided, hey, if we're going to lose this game, we're going to lose this game doing what we do best.
Right.
And he has been sending guys from all over, mainly Budda Baker. And I, for one, I know that I'm not supposed to root for the other team, but I, for one, am a fan of Budda Baker as a
football player.
A football player, like as a guy who loves the game, right? Not just saying as a Cowboy fan, but a dude who loves football. Budda Baker plays the game the right way. He ain't taking the Xavier Woods approach where, hey, I ain't got to go hard every play.
We're
not going hard every play.
50%.
Every single play. And you see him making a difference for this football team where if he's not getting home on the sack or creating the confusion in the backfield, he's getting his hands up and batting balls down on Dak Prescott.
Oh, my gosh, a lot of batted balls.
And I think also that's a part of what they've been doing, because you see when they sent Murphy Jr. and Budda Baker and other safeties, they're saying, hey, if you don't have a clear shot to get there, that ball's going to come out quick, because that's what Dak Prescott is known to do. He has the most touchdowns in the National Football League when you blitz him. He's better when he's blitzed. So I think that is a part of the Vance Joseph scheme, is saying if you don't have a clean shot to Dak Prescott, put your hands up because the ball's coming out hot.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed, and I brought this up with you during the game, is that I don't know that I've seen a game this year where there's been so many free rushers.
Yes.
And when I say free, I don't just mean like somebody's chipping them or literally no one's touching them. So obviously the ball has to come out quick, and that's affecting this game. And I had to ask for this during the game. Well, if they're going to come like that, sometimes you do got to throw up a one-on-one 50-50 ball, because there's going to be a one-on-one somewhere. Right. And they overthrew one with that offsides, and he came back the next play to Michael Gallup for a touchdown. And real quick, tough loss, because it looks like that could be something serious. Hopefully it's not, but usually when your foot gets caught in the turf like that and
twist, and Dr. Cooper comes out on the field.
Dr. Cooper comes out.
That's never a good sign when he's working on you. In addition to Michael Gallup going out, again, that's huge. But we've seen Cedric Wilson come in and be formidable. He's been formidable. But also Randy Gregory goes out on
keep an eye on that.
On the run game, 4th inch is untouched, falls down, and I saw him limping. I saw him limping on the sideline as we went to the half. So I don't know if it's anything more to that. They'll probably give us an update at halftime. We'll keep a lookout for that, and we'll keep an eye out in the chat for that. But overall, this football game is a very winnable football game.
Sure.
We've seen some good things from the Cowboys offensively with running the ball and seeing Zeke have some burst. We've seen, what I wish that we would see more offensively? We've played so many teams this year, and so many times we as a defense have been penalized. The Cowboys have been penalized because of short throws or back shoulder throws.
I mean, they got one possession where they went down the field because of that.
And we don't do it enough. Even on the offsides of the one to Amari Cooper that kind of was overthrown.
And throw it up. Give him a shot.
Throw it up. Give it to him. Throw it to the back of the defender's back and let him go back, and so that we can get the same calls as well, because even though it was an offsides, if we get a pass interference, we get the ball at the 1-yard line.
Which they could have called it anyway, but Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup don't sell those things. So you got to as a passer, you got to make them make that call, like a lot of teams are doing to Dallas. I mean, listen, Arizona their offense isn't just killing you. They're getting those calls, right? An entire possession, they didn't convert 3rd down 3 different times. But what happened? Pass interference. I think they got one of those, a hell of a catch. It was a pass interference, but that fake punt was I don't know how the hell he caught it.
Me neither. That was a
ridiculous catch. And then on fourth down, they convert in the red zone. So, if teams are going to beat you that way, we talk about copycat league, right? I guarantee you they're practicing that. I'm 100% believe that they practice those underthrows to get the call. It's either going to be a pass interference or incomplete pass, usually. But overall, statistically right now, it's kind of an even game. Kyler Murray, 15 for 22, 133 and a touchdown. Dak, 14 for 21, 138 and a touchdown. On the ground, Chase Edmonds had that 14-yard scamper in the first quarter, but since then he has 9 carries for 15 yards total. Same thing with Dortch. He had that first play of the game. Right. They had that reverse for 24 yards. Ever since, I think the Cowboys have done a good job corralling the run game. As for Dallas, though, they aren't really doing anything on the ground. They're averaging 2.5 yards per carry. I haven't really seen a lot of – again, I don't know what it is, but we don't continue to do the things that work. It's like, you know what, that worked? Let's save it. I don't know what that's about, but have you seen pulls to the outside?
Nope.
Okay. Have you seen Tony Pollard doing anything with these the jet sweeps or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. So maybe we can get that back going, right? After the first few possessions, I kind of looked over to you and said, okay, let's kind of get back into a rhythm. And a good way to get into a rhythm is to, all right, let's get 4 yards, get 5 yards, play action, set up the play action.
And this goes back to your theory, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, when we talked about, does Kellen Moore actually have a scheme? Or does he have a collection of plays? One of my good friends who played in the National Football League for a long time, is coaching at the highest level. He texted me, he said, man, this offense doesn't look like it has an identity. It looks like they're just out there running plays. And that's something that we've been talking about for weeks. What is the scheme? What is this team going to be? Or are you just reaching in the grab bag of plays and saying, I'll pull this one out and I'll call this one right here? Is there any rhyme or reason to what you are doing? Are you calling plays to set something up? Or are you just calling plays to call plays? And I think that's that one part of the Kellen Moore gift or curse that you want to call it, that, hey, Kellen, are you calling plays to set up something for a bigger goal, or are you just calling plays?
It doesn't look that way right now. It looks like and again, guys, this is football, okay? So there's a halftime, and hopefully there's adjustments. I'm going to tell you what this game reminds me of, and no, it's not Denver. It's the Panthers game. The Carolina Panthers were a similar team on defense where they're super aggressive, ultra athletic. They're coming at you. They were one of the highest blitz teams. And if you remember that first half, it was a close first half. In fact, I think the Panthers were up on Dallas for a little bit in that game.
Yep.
Might have been at half. But what they did was that they adjusted in the second half. And we were heralding this team for adjustments in the first half of the season coming out in the second half, if y'all follow what I'm saying. And I'm hoping at home, Kellen looks at the tape, his iPad, whatever it is nowadays, the film, and says, okay, let's adjust to this and adjust to that. And they come out here. And what is those adjustments? I ain't my job to figure it out, Jesse. Yeah, that's their job to do it.
If you're asking me I think when you look at what Vance Joseph is doing, right, a lot of man-to-man coverage on the outside, sending guys, you got to take more shots.
Yes.
You got to take more shots. You have to throw them out of that. Like, you have to find a way to throw them out of blitzing you so much, right? So I got to take a shot to Amari Cooper. I got to take a shot to CeeDee Lamb. I have to make that defense feel that you just can't line up and come after me.
Blitzing me.
I'm going to make you pay one way or another. And I think coming out in the second half, you got to just, even if you don't complete it, don't turn it over. But if you don't complete it, put in the back of their mind, okay, guys, they're on to this blitz that we're doing, so we got to make sure that we don't get caught. And they become a little bit more cautious in what they do. But that's one of the biggest things for the Cowboys is I don't like when they get into this almost reserve mode. Like, I don't feel like they're attacking.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I feel like they're more reserved and reactionary instead of going out there and really attacking this defense, because there are plays there to be made. There are a lot of plays there to be made, especially anytime you have a blitzing team and one-on-one coverage. There are plays to be made, especially when you have the players to make them. When you have the CeeDee Lambs and the Amari Coopers and even the Schultz, there are a ton of plays to be made.
I think I said this before, and again, this is football. So if they're blitzing one way, guarantee you on the back end, there's a coverage to it to make a difficult throw. That makes it make a difficult throw. But I was saying, listen, number 33, I don't care how he's playing on Amari Cooper. If they're going to blitz from his side and say, you know what, Dak's not going to have 3 seconds to get it to you. If I'm Amari and if I'm Dak, I'll come back to those and say, listen, man, if they come on that side with Byron Murphy or whoever it is, and this dude's one-on-one, just give me a shot.
Yep.
Right? Like, either I catch it or no one catches it, but give me a shot. He's going to either hold me, I'm going to either catch it, or it's going to be incomplete. What I'm noticing we're doing when the heat is coming, we're throwing into the heat, right? Like, we're throwing into the heat, or we're trying to come across the middle, and we got a couple penalties with it and things like that. But I'd rather give our guys a shot, and he did it, and he, got a touchdown. Yep. But Michael Gallup got hurt on that play.
And the Cowboys also, they got to stop with the penalties. Whether you always agree with them or don't agree with them, this is one of those things that can kill you. It's been killing us in the season, but more so, again, when you start playing, this is a good football team. So when you have those opportunities to extend the drive, when you have the opportunity to extend the drive and do things of that nature, you got to eliminate these penalties. You got to eliminate these holdings. You can't keep giving teams opportunities. The Cowboys are either the most penalized or in the top part of the league of being penalized all year long. That man, we got to find a way to stop that, because that's just drive killers, man.
Yes, they literally have killed your drives. They have 6 penalties in the first half. 3 of them have been on third downs for you. 3 of them.
Yep.
And 2 of them have been on third downs on defense on you.
Yep.
So 5 of your 6 penalties have come on third down. They have killed you in this game. They allowed the Arizona Cardinals to score a touchdown, and they've taken away opportunities for you to get points. And I don't know what it is about Greg in the first quarter. This dude just,
I don't trust him. I don't care if he makes 6 in a row.
On my show,
I don't trust him.
He's about to be like Voldemort, because I feel like during the week when we bring him up on my show, something bad happens.
I just don't trust this dude, man.
We're going to refer to Greg as Voldemort at this point. But, all right, man, listen, Cowboys down 13-7. The Cardinals get the ball to start the half. Again, it's been a tightly contested game statistically on the field. Even the penalties are 5-6. It's just been kind of even in that sense. Yep. So this is the football. This is a football game. Two good
football teams.
You want to see Dallas win at all. This isn't one of those beautiful, pretty win. You just want to see them pull this out in this second half, right?
Yes, I do.
So as for Jesse Holley, Skywalker Still, A to Z Sports Game Day Live Halftime Show. Report back in the post game, and hopefully it is a fun one, ladies and gentlemen. We are out. Peace.